most important is to have a relaxed atmosphere in the classroom, to have a bit of humour and a trust built up between the group or the one-to-one person and yourself, because you're going to ask them to take a risk in sounding out in front of everybody else. You're taking a risk, so you're sounding, as people tell me, you're sounding silly yourself. So I'm standing at the top of the class and and I'm hoping that they'll do the same. So there has to be a bit of humour and there has to be a relaxed atmosphere and a trust.
In many cases, when people start teaching how to read, they tend to focus on the visual representation of the phoneme, of the sound, the words on the page. But in fact, there is a far more important step before that, where students understand that words are strings of sounds and that those sounds must be blended together.
I also use laminated letters so that the learners, when they're trying to blend the sounds together, they can move it around and try different combinations and see what works. I use word boxes where I have groups of words, group 1 words, group 2 words, following the Jolly Phonics procedure or program, and again, it's hands-on. It's more, it's tactile. I would use different approaches. I wouldn't just stand at the board with a marker. I use mini whiteboards. You can get these you can get them in pound shops now. The little small boards about this size, and the learners, when I'm sounding out a word for spelling or for reading, they have a go at writing it down. If they make a mistake, a little quick wipe and they can change the letter. If they're writing it down on paper, they're crossing out, and they've got a very visible reminder in front of them, I didn't get that right 4 times. Whereas on the mini whiteboard, I have it right. I might have changed it a few times, but I have it right. And the phonics program that we use, that I've been using, is the Jolly Phonics. Jolly Phonics is used in a lot of national schools around Ireland, particularly in the last 5 to 10 years. And it breaks up the sounds of the English language into 42 different sounds, and they're grouped in 7 different groups, 6 sounds per group. So the first 3 groups are individual sounds by themselves, and then in group 4 you move on to the sounds together. So for example, A and I comes together to give an A sound. I use it for 2 reasons. One, because a lot of the learners are familiar because they have children in primary school. The other reason is it's easily understandable. I'm not a linguistics expert. I've learnt on the job, and it was easy to understand the breaking up into 42 different sounds. And there's workbooks available. Now I use only the words. I don't use any of the cartoon images, any of the rhymes, anything like that.